सीट नहीं है आज, बस होगा ही नहीं ऐसा बोल रहे थे कल।
हाँ।
मतलब आज सुबह में हम गए थे तो आज सीट हो गया, तो ऐसे बोला गया।
ओके, आप कब जा रहे थे आज कुरनूल को? टिकट कब मिला है?
टिकट सुबह 7-8 बजे मिला है। हाँ 9 रात को 9 बजे के। 9:16।
तो आप कल से इधर ही वेट कर रहे हैं?
Good evening. Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. I'm Ridhima Bhatnagar. You're watching Nation at 5. Lots to cover over the next 60 minutes. Let's begin with the big story that we're tracking this evening, which are the allegations that have been made by actor Vishal. He's gone on to say, he took to social media to say that he had to pay bribes to various members of the CBFC to try and get his movie released. He's gone on to say bribes had to be paid at various levels, not just to get his movie released, but also to try and get the certificate that he was looking for. He's also named various members of the CBFC. The INB ministry has also now taken note of these allegations that have been made by the actor. They've promised strict action. They've gone on to say that we've sent an officer to Mumbai today itself. He will begin the probe and the investigation and then eventually submit a report to the INB ministry. But many also questioning the fact, the timing of when these allegations have been made, and also if actor Vishal knew about bribery and corruption within the system, why did he in fact go forward and pay the bribe? To this, actor Vishal has gone on to say that a lot was at stake and he had to go forward with the bribe. Before we bring in our guest to try and understand, is it something that many have already known but nobody really came out and spoke about it in public, let's first listen in to what the actor had to say.
I would like to address this to my Honorable Maharashtra CM Eknath Sahab and my Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji Sahab. जो हुआ CBFC में फिल्म सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए हमने ऑनलाइन में अप्लाई किया, लेकिन लास्ट मिनट आते समय yes, we had to do it prior maybe last week, but because of technical issues we had to come in the last minute. But we were taken aback by what happened over there in CBFC office. If this is the case in government offices, I really request the higher officials to look into this matter and corruption. Yes, my Honorable Prime Minister has always stood against corruption, and of course every leader stands against corruption, and this is corruption.
So let's now break down the details in terms of the allegations that have been leveled by the actor and also the response that's coming in from the INB ministry. So first, let's talk about the allegations that have been leveled by the actor. As we pointed out, he's gone on to say that I had to pay bribe at various levels for the Hindi release of my movie, Mark Antony. He's gone on to say, I paid 3 lakh rupees as far as the screening is concerned. He's also gone on to say, I paid another 3.5 lakhs to get the UNA certificate for the movie. He said, I had no option. I had paid money into installments. A lot was at stake. So I had to go forward with this bribe. He's also gone on to say that this is a first for me. I've never faced anything similar in my entire career. So those are the allegations that have been leveled by the actor. As we pointed out, there is now a response that's coming in from the INB ministry as well, who've promised of all possible help to the actor and to try and probe this entire case. The INB ministry, in fact, has gone on to say that the government has absolutely zero tolerance as far as corruption is concerned. They're going to very seriously look into these allegations. They've also promised that strictest action will be taken if anyone is found guilty. As we pointed out, they've said we're wasting no time. We're sending a senior level officer to Mumbai today itself to begin the proceedings of investigation. They're also requesting everyone's cooperation with the INB ministry. The ministry also saying that share any other instances if you do have felt something similar as far as harassment within the CBFC is concerned. So this is where things currently stand, the allegations of the actor and the kind of help and support that the ministry is offering at this point. But is it something that has always been known, or is it something that we're hearing for the first time around? Let's also now bring in our guest. We have G. Dhananjay. He's a noted filmmaker, 2-time National Award winning author as well. Sir, thank you so much for taking up the time and joining us here on CNN News 18. Firstly, I want to take your reaction to what do you make of the allegations that have been leveled by the actor Vishal?
It's completely unacceptable. Whatever allegation Vishal has made is, if it is really happened there, it's unacceptable. This is not at all tolerable by anyone, because publicly anyone cannot indulge in such kind of, demands for doing a basic work of censor certification of a film. But however, I like to make it clear, it is not the payment is made to CBFC officials. Okay, I like to make it clear, because whatever payments he made is all to the agents who are involved, who actually come in as a mediatory between the production company and the censor board. They collect money, go and influence the censor board to prioritize and censor a film. So let's be clear, it is not censor board who is involved, in the sense like officials don't go and ask for bribe to complete a process of censor certification. It is in between agents who come in between, because the production house went in the last minute asking for the censor certification of the film, because they scheduled the film release on this Friday, 28th. So the time is very short. When your time is very short to censor a film, what really happens is, you go and approach an agent. You tell them that, I need to rush because I need to release the film. The agent, then plays a game, saying that, okay, fine, you pay me this money. I will influence the people in the censor board to prioritize your file. The file moves faster in the process of certification. And finally, when the certification happens, because it's a dub film, okay, it's not a real Hindi film, it is a dub from Tamil to Hindi. So obviously, the people who know the language, who know the whole thing, have to be present in the board. So they influence, saying that you pay me additional 3 lakhs, so that all the members can easily pass the certification and get you the certificate quickly to release the film. Because what really happens is, without a censor certification, if you have planned for a release date, you can't release the film. Yeah. So this is all done by agents who are in between, between the producer and the CBFC board. Okay, it is not CBFC who's involved in it. So this whole allegation he made it. I think you should have been very clear that agents are coming into play to influence to get the censor certificate is wrong. That's what he should say. I feel Vishal cannot say CBFC demanded bribe. I don't think that's a fair way of making a statement. It has to be made very clearly, saying that why agents are getting involved in the CBFC.
Okay. So you're saying you do not believe that these were in fact members of the CBFC, but you feel this was a third party or certain agents. You're actually reiterating something that even Ashok Pandit told us earlier in the day. He's also an ex-CBFC member. He said these names that have been taken by actor Vishal in fact are not members of the CBFC. But even if they are agents, sir, it again raises questions as to how these agents have so much importance or a role to play as far as the certification is concerned.
Absolutely, you are raising a very valid point. All that I like to say is, in Mumbai, censor board, this is unfortunately the scenario where agents get involved in it. Agents come into play because they are all making use of the people coming from South or other languages coming to dub the film in Hindi. So what happens is, since the people are not very conversant to go and handle the Mumbai censor office, they approach people in between, mediators involved. See, if you've seen so many government offices, you'll see a lot of mediators coming in, whether it's RTO office to get a number or to get us a license or whatever it is. There are mediators who come in between and they play the role. In censor board, if you go and talk to people in Chennai censor board, there are no such mediators involved.
Okay. We just seem to be losing that line with the filmmaker. But as he is pointing out, and this is something that many of them are in fact reiterating, that these were in fact not members of the CBFC, but they in fact were third-party agents. And that is why the actor possibly should have made a distinguish as well. Let's take a look at some other reactions that are also now coming in.
मैंने पूरा पढ़ा, उनका वीडियो भी देखा विशाल का, साउथ के अच्छे एक्टर हैं, कि उन्होंने कुछ लगभग 6.5 लाख रुपया इन्होंने ब्राइब दिया हुआ है। 2 नाम भी दिए उन्होंने जिनके नाम पे उन्होंने ट्रांसफ़र किया है। एक एम राजन है जिसके नाम पे 3 लाख रुपये ट्रांसफ़र किया, और दूसरे हैं जीजा रामदास जी जिसके नाम पे 3.5 लाख रुपया ट्रांसफ़र हुआ है। मैंने पता लगाया तो ये दोनों जो नाम हैं ये CBFC के ऑफिशियल्स नहीं हैं। इसका मतलब कुछ एजेंट है, जिस एजेंट को इन्होंने पैसे दिए होंगे अपनी चीज़ों को क्लियर करने के लिए। तो पहले तो आपने पैसे दिए क्यों? करप्शन जो जिसको जो करप्शन इनकरेज करता है वो भी उतना ही रिस्पॉन्सिबल है। लेकिन क्या होता है, जब प्रोड्यूसर की फिल्म रिलीज होनी होती है और टेंशन होता है, उसको काफ़ी करोड़ों रुपए लगे होते हैं उसको, तो वो हर रास्ता अपनाता है, बिकॉज उसको लगता है कि वो फिल्म रिलीज डेट पे रिलीज होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Sir, how grave, according to you, are the charges which have been made by the actor and producer Vishal?
First of all, I must tell that CBFC has from last 10 years, as far as I know, it is practicing a absolutely non-corrupt, non-personal things, so that anybody can get into the online, get into the censor queuing, and then get their film censored. Very rarely I found it now, especially after Vishal's this allegation. He says only in Mumbai, not in South India. That's what he says from last 7 years. I have not found anything in South India. But I am from Bengaluru, Karnataka, and from my region, I think so far none of these allegations were put on the officers or the staff. Because I am recommending each and every producer in Karnataka to go online and book the applications, so that there will be no mediator in between. And unfortunately, Vishal has gone through a mediator, and he has paid the mediator. That's what I came to know in the social media also. The first thing is, as a producer, he might have gone directly. Even before getting the certificate, he could have made the same allegation, and somehow the action could have taken. He took the certificate. After that, he is making an allegation. I don't know how much of that is ethically or morally correct.
We in fact are now shifting our focus to some other big breaking developments coming in, and this is news coming in from Pakistan. It looks like trouble is only increasing for the PTI chief and the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, because the probe panel, the agencies that were looking into the mayhem that unfolded on the streets of Pakistan in the month of May have now in fact concluded that in fact it was Imran Khan who was solely responsible for the kind of mayhem that we saw unfold on the streets of Pakistan. One should also remember that there is a very strict punishment if found guilty with these charges. Let's get straight to our colleague Abhishek, who's joining us on the broadcast. Abhishek, as I pointed out, looks like trouble is only increasing for the former Prime Minister, because the panel that was trying to investigate what really happened on the streets of Pakistan have now gone on to say, mincing no words, that Imran Khan was solely responsible for the mayhem that unfolded on the streets of Pakistan. What is the kind of punishment that we could see being meted out to the former Prime Minister in a case like this?
Well, we know that Imran Khan is under jail on the charges of corruption, and there are about more than 100 cases and FIR that is pending against Imran Khan, in which the process of judicial process is on, and several times in the past, PTI chief has alleged that these are all politically motivated and part of vendetta politics by the last government, that was the Sharif's government. But with the kind of allegations and the cases that is pending against him now, the punishment is something that is going to be very hard for him now, because in criminal conspiracy case, maximum sentence is of the death penalty for masterminding the attack on army installations and inciting the people to mutiny. So this is when Imran Khan was first, arrested by the park rangers in the same cases of Toshkhana, and probably that was the time when in the month of May across Pakistan there were several violent protests by PTI supporters, and in some of the protests the army installation and establishments were also attacked. So if that is how the government wants to pursue the case, that masterminding the conspiracy against the army installations, probably that will be very difficult for Imran Khan then, and he may have some very hard punishment awaiting for him.
Yeah. Abhishek, why this becomes even more crucial is because when this entire episode had unfolded at that time, various representatives of the PTI had come forward and said that the PTI in fact had nothing to do with the kind of violence or the mayhem that unfolded. In fact, it was third party or outside elements. With the panel now concluding that Imran Khan was solely responsible, how do you say this playing politically as well?
Well, Imran Khan was having a tirade against the incumbent government and the military of coup for a very long time. And when he was arrested, in a way he was arrested by park rangers, people did see all those pictures, and it was believed that army is really behind the whole operation. And there was some kind, it would be not appropriate to say that Imran Khan was inciting, but he had kind of created a vibe across Pakistan that military has been against Imran Khan and his party workers for a very long time. So when Imran Khan was arrested and some kind of complicity was seen from the army side also, people got really excited and agitated across Pakistan, and army was the one installation that came under severe attack by the protesters of PTI workers, and that is where the case has been made against him.
Okay, Abhishek, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We're now shifting our focus to some other breaking developments coming in. The details now coming in is that our president has in fact given her assent as far as the women reservation bill is concerned. Our viewers would remember this was a bill that got passed. It was historic on multiple levels as far as the special session of Parliament is concerned. I have the notification behind me. It in fact says the following Act of Parliament received the assent of the President Draupadi Murmu on the 28th of September. Hereby published for information as well. Further goes on to say the Constitution 106th Amendment Act 2023, an act further to amend the Constitution of India, be enacted by Parliament in 74th year of Republic of India as follows. This act may be called the Constitution 106th Amendment. It shall come into force on such date as the central government by notification in the official gazette. Let's also now bring in our colleague Arun Dhanta, who is joining us on the broadcast. Arun, give us more details.
Well, see, Ridhima, after passing women's reservation bill in both the houses of the parliament, the last thing which was remaining before it becomes a law was the approval of the President of India. And now, in this Gazette notification, it has been stated by the Law Ministry that the President has given its approval, its assent for this bill, which means that it has now become a law. And in fact, in this notification, you'll be seeing all the details, all the nitty-gritties of the women's reservation law, what is going to be part of it. And as it has already been highlighted that 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and of course in all the legislative assemblies of the country, and of course the quota within quota for the SC and ST women, which means not only in Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies on general seats, but also all the seats which are already reserved for SCs and STs. From there, women will be getting 33% reservation. So it has become a law now. Of course, as far as implementation is concerned, that is something on which government has already made their stand clear, that once the census will take place and then the delimitation exercise will happen, and after that we will see this law being implemented on the ground. But of course, the final step in this regard, which was the approval of the President, that has come, it has become a law now, and now it is up to the census and the delimitation exercise to actually have this thing implemented on the ground, be it is in Lok Sabha or it is in the state assemblies.
Okay, Arun, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. So as Arun was pointing out, this is why the law cannot become a reality immediately, because you will have the census and the delimitation exercise take place, post which you will have the women reservation bill become a reality. We'll keep tracking all those developments and a lot more. For now, slipping into a very short break.
Every good argument is based on hard facts. Facts that are indivisible. and uncompromised. Watch me, Rahul Shivshankar, bring you a clear point of view based on indisputable facts.
The Hard Facts, starting 2nd October, only on CNN News 18.
कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा, thank you. So, this is a Labour family here waiting from yesterday afternoon 3 p.m. The conductor is saying that they are not getting any seats or buses. Today there are unavailability of buses, so they've got a ticket, but at 9 p.m. today. So definitely the Karnataka bandh has affected the plying of buses in the state of Karnataka, despite the fact that Karnataka state government is maintaining that buses are plying throughout the state.
ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ
28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಆನೆಗಟ್ಟ ಸಂಸದ ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಸುರೇಶ್ಗೆ ಸಂಸದ ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಸುರೇಶ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ 28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ 28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ತೊಲಗಲಿ 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 ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಬಿಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ
ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಕಾವೇರಿ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡದ ಎಂಪಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಿವಣ್ಣ ಮುಂದ್ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ. ಶಿವಣ್ಣ ಬಂದವನ
ಎಂಪಿ ಕೊಡೋದು
28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ 28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಧ್ವನಿ ಎತ್ತದ ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಧ್ವನಿ ಎತ್ತದ ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಯ್ಯಯ್ಯೋ ಅಯ್ಯಯ್ಯೋ ಮಧ್ಯಸ್ಥಿಕೆ ವಹಿಸದ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Now, this is a CNN News 18 mega exclusive. We have the chairman of the Law Commission of India speaking to us exclusively on a whole host of issues. Remember, there are multiple debates currently on as far as the implementation of a uniform civil code and also the possibility of one nation, one poll for a country like India. So the chairman of the Law Commission of India speaking to us here at CNN News 18 on a whole host of issues, specifically as far as one nation, one poll is concerned. The chairman has gone on to say that it will still need some more discussions, some more deliberations before this in fact could become a reality. So let's just take you through the big highlights as far as this exclusive is concerned. Let's first talk to you about what the chairman has told us here as far as one nation, one poll is concerned. Gone on to say the report finalization will require a few more meetings. There are some more discussions that need to take place. Some amendments will make it more effective. He in fact has also gone on to say that people will choose their leaders wisely. Also saying it will save a lot of finances. Many sources within the Law Commission also telling us that possible you'll see an increase in the voter percentage as well. There'll be continuous deployment of forces and not at every 2 or 3 months. Held extensive consultations with the poll panel as well. The EC says if given time can implement and then execute one nation, one poll as well. Let's now shift our focus to what he's told us as far as uniform civil code is concerned. Let's break down those details as well. He's gone on to say phase 3 of consultations in fact will begin shortly. He's also gone on to say we'll hold various conferences and public meetings. Also saying we'll attempt to remove any sort of misconceptions or myths that might be there in people's minds. He's also gone on to list the various kind of consultations that they've already had with scholars, various representatives of the education department, even researchers. He's also further gone on to say that we've also spoken with scholars in countries and nations where uniform civil code is a reality, countries that have implemented, so that we could have some learnings and could also understand if there are any lags in our implementation process. He's also gone on to say met scholars and representatives of bodies representing various religions. So we are speaking to every stakeholder that is involved. He's also gone on to say there is widespread consultations that have already taken place. So this is what he's saying as far as the Uniform Civil Code is concerned. Let's now bring in our legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar, who in fact is getting us this exclusive. So Ananya, you have the chairman of the Law Commission of India speaking to you on a whole host of issues. UCC, One Nation, One Poll. Let's begin with One Nation, One Poll, because a lot of debate is still on whether a country like India can see the implementation of One Nation, One Poll. What is he saying? Where do things currently stand? What is the kind of time they still need before this can become an eventuality?
Well, definitely, they're already saying very, very clearly that it requires some more discussion. So definitely, before 2024, nothing is going to happen. And very clearly, the Law Commission would require some more times and meetings in order to go ahead with a final report on, in fact, the One Nation, One Poll. Now, when we talk about One Nation, One Poll, the Law Commission is very, very clear that, this is an idea that's been supported by the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India too says that if given a requisite period of time, it can implement such a plan. Not only this, what has also been stated by the Law Commission of India is with regards to, the third phase of in fact, when we come to the second issue, which is with regards to the Uniform Civil Code in the country, and very, very clearly the Law Commission says that a third phase of the consultations would begin very, very soon, and the main aim of this is to go to various states in the country and to hold conferences, public meetings in order to do a kind of a myth busting, to actually clear the myths and misconceptions that are there in the minds of the general public. They want to clear that, and that's the reason why they will be going to state and would be holding consultations and meetings. And not only this, in the last two phases, which have already been completed, they have already invited public opinions. The opinions were studied. The various stakeholders, including various bodies, especially of various religions, and also women bodies, were invited in order to give out their stand. And now finally, the third phase will be beginning, where myth busting would be done, and in fact people would be made more aware of this particular law, what Uniform Civil Code is, and what is the Law Commission also proposing to do is something that would be told to the people, so that more confidence building can actually happen. So a big step now coming in when it comes to Uniform Civil Code. And with regards to One Nation, One Poll, very, very clearly the report will be finalized after some more meetings.
Yeah, Ananya, as you're pointing out, if we talk about Uniform Civil Code, the next phase is going to be very crucial, because it's all going to be about busting myths that still continue in people's minds. Specifically, as far as various political parties are concerned, they've gone on to say that we feel that not all stakeholders are being consulted or listened to. What is the chairman of the Law Commission telling you as far as keeping everybody in the loop as to where things currently stand?
Well, definitely, Ridhima, when it comes to the political parties, and we have been seeing that how political war of words have broken down on this particular issue, especially of both these issues. In fact, One Nation, One Poll, be it One Nation, One Poll or Uniform Civil Code, with the third phase of the UCC coming in, very, very clearly, they will be going to meet people so that, their misconceptions can be gone away with. And with regards to One Nation, One Poll, the previous committee, which was before Justice Rituraj's committee, that is the 21st Law Commission, had also invited public opinion on One Nation, One Poll. It had sought views from the political parties as well, and the similar was done by the 22nd Law Commission that is presiding at this point of time as well. All the stakeholders have been spoken to. All the views have been taken care of, and now, in fact, if at all the chairman feels that he needs some more views, he can anytime seek it from the political parties. But with regards to One Nation, One Poll, it is almost at the finalization. Some more meetings are required, because there are certain constitutional amendments to be discussed when it comes to these constitutional amendments will make the process of One Nation, One Poll more effective, and that's the reason why, in fact, some more meetings at this point are required when it comes to One Nation, One Poll, while the third phase for the UCC consultations can begin very, very soon.
Okay, Ananya, we will have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. Let's now shift our focus to what's taking place in Karnataka. The standoff between the state state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu over the Cauvery water dispute, that still continues. There was a bandh in place. It was a 12-hour bandh in Karnataka from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which resulted in a lot of inconvenience to citizens, to commuters and passengers. If you look at sector-wise, a lot of losses that have been mounted for the exchequer as well. But if you look at the plan as far as the protesters are concerned, the Pro-Kannada outfits, they're only planning to up their ante in terms of their protest. They had a very key meeting with the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah as well, who's tried to allay their concerns. You're also seeing the opposition train guns at the state government raising questions as to what does a bandh ultimately achieve. Let's take a look at some reactions coming in.
Day after ICC bandh today, predominantly pro-Kannada activists have all called for the Karnataka bandh. But this time the protest is even more massive, that there is a lot of support pouring in for the protesters as well, because the sandalwood actors have also now started supporting the protests that are taking place across the state when it comes to the Cauvery water sharing dispute. And we are right now right in front of the Karnataka Film Chamber, and there you can see a lot of Kannada actors are all on the dais to support the protests, in fact, taking place across the state. There you on the stage that you can see popular Kannada actor Shivraj Kumar and Dhruva Sarja, Preetham, lot of television actors are also here, and they are also trying to lash out the government that first priority should be given to the Karnataka people and the interest of the state needs to be protected, and before releasing the water to the neighboring state Tamil Nadu. Remember, there is a lot of pressure on the government that the water should be immediately stopped to the neighboring state. Now there is also that the Cauvery Water Regulation Committee has also recommended Karnataka government to release 3,000 cusecs of water from 5,000 cusecs of water.
Karnataka bandh is totally peaceful. We are seeing that no SR should happen. Nothing episode is going on. All the people are cooperating. We have given full protection to everyone. We requested the institutions not to, organizations not to call for a bandh since there is no consent from the Supreme Court or the High Court. So it is Bangalore and Karnataka is safe.
We are not going to stop it. That is their villain pressure. They are doing. We are not bothered that one. We are not going to give any Karnataka government. We are appealing to Supreme Court. They have to give a direction to the Karnataka.
ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಳೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇವಲ 50% ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃಷಿ ಸಚಿವರು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈಗ ಅದು ನಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ. 20,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 20,000 ಕೋಟಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಭರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇಂದ್ರದವರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು NDRFನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಭರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬಂದ್ಗಳಾದರೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 1,500-2,000 ಕೋಟಿ ನಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಅಂದಾಜು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾಳೆನೂ ಬಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ರಜೆ ಇದೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆದರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನಷ್ಟಗಳು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೋಬೇಕೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ.
Water situation in Karnataka as regards Cauvery is extremely grim. The state has suffered a 60% deficit rainfall this year. While the state needs about 106 TMC of water to meet its requirements for the water year that will end in July, the state has only 50 TMC water in our reservoirs today. Out of the 34 taluks in Karnataka, which are situated in the Cauvery basin, 32 are declared as severely drought hit. Are they trying to approach this issue in this duplicit manner because it is going to help their India Alliance partner, the DMK government, for 2024?
Let's now shift our focus to the other big political story that we are tracking, which is the arrest of Congress MLA Sukhpail Khera. Now, this has resulted into a massive political war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. The Congress has gone on to say this is just vendetta politics and nothing else. Their leader had already gotten relief from the top court. Then why are we seeing the Punjab police act against their leader? Our viewers would remember the Punjab police in fact has also managed to get a 2-day custody. Now you've got the BJP also stepping in. The BJP is saying we're questioning the timing of when this arrest is happening. You have farmer issues that still continue to be a reality in the state of Punjab. Why is the state government not focusing on those issues? Amidst all of this, this has also raised larger questions of what will happen to the future of any sort of alliance or unity between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, because they're both still part as far as the INDI opposition bloc is concerned. Today you had the Delhi Chief Minister and AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal in fact coming out and saying that there is no question of the Aam Aadmi Party wanting to leave the India opposition bloc. So what is this strategy going to be? Is it going to be based on the Kerala model, that it's going to be different for state level and different as far as the national picture is concerned? Let's take a look at some political reactions coming in.
How you see this development on NDPS Act that Sukhpail Singh Khera been arrested?
I think I'm more shocked than Mr. Khera must have been himself. I've been with the Congress for 50 years. But yesterday when I heard Kharge Sahab making this lukewarm kind of a statement reaction which he gave to this arrest of Sukhpail Singh Khera. Mind you, Sukhpail Singh Khera is the chairman of Kisan wing of Indian National Congress. He doesn't represent just a Congress Kisan wing. He's the head of Indian National Congress Kisan wing. And his arrest has been made by nobody other than their coalition partner of the so-called India Alliance. And when I heard Kharge Sahab saying that I have conveyed my displeasure to the Aam Aadmi Party, I was really shocked. Is this kind of a reaction? He couldn't even convey his anguish at this, that this has happened by one of their own coalition partners. I think the right reaction would have been, he should have said, we are not going to enter into any kind of a coalition with such a partner who is acting against our a very senior Congress leader. And this Sukhpail Singh Khera has been inducted into Congress after these charges were levelled against him. These charges about being involved in a drug case or his having been on a telephonic conversation with a guy who was charged with this in 2015 during a Akali regime. And since then he has got ED had also taken him in, and he was given a bail by the Supreme Court itself. And now that the Congress High Command says this, I mean he has been made a fall guy or kind of a scapegoat in this whole operation.
पहली चीज़ तो मैं ये क्लियर कर दूं कि आम आदमी पार्टी इंडिया अलायंस के प्रति कमिटेड है और आम आदमी पार्टी बिल्कुल किसी भी हालत में इंडिया अलायंस से अलग नहीं होगा और अलायंस के धर्म को निभाने के लिए हम पूरी तरह से कटिबद्ध हैं। कल मैंने सुना था कि नशे की वजह से किसी पर्टिकुलर नेता या किसी पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति को पंजाब पुलिस ने गिरफ्तार किया था। मेरे पास डिटेल्स नहीं है, डिटेल्स के लिए आपको पंजाब पुलिस से बात करनी पड़ेगी। दे कैन ओनली प्रोवाइड यू द डिटेल्स ऑफ द केस, व्हाई ही वाज अरेस्टेड एटसेट्रा।
सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖੋ ਅਸੀਂ 9 ਵਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾ ਸੁਖਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਹਿਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਇਆ। ਮੈਂ ਲੀਡਰ ਆਫ ਦੀ ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਵਿਦ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਰੈਂਕ LOP ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੈਡੋ ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਵੇਖੋ CIA ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਤੌਰ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ? ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਚੱਲੇ ਆ? ਸਾਰੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤੇ, ਸਾਰੇ ਅਫਸਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਟੈਲੀਫੋਨਸ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਤੇ।
देखिए, जिस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट, CBI, ED और बाकी इनकम टैक्स का इस्तेमाल कर अपने जो विपक्षी दल के नेता हैं उनको घेरे में लेती हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी के खुद के लीडर्स मनीष सिसोदिया जी हों, सत्येंद्र जैन जी हों, उनको जेल में डाला हुआ है बेबुनियाद आरोपों पे। वही अगर मॉडल कॉपी करने लग गए हर राज्य, तो ये देश के लिए दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण होगा कि जो राज्य के हाथ में एजेंसीज हैं उसका भी अगर इस तरीके का इस्तेमाल होने लगा ऑपोजिशन को चुप कराने के लिए, ये गलत है।
Well, we'll keep tracking all these developments and a lot more. For now, we're slipping into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with lots more.
Every good argument is based on hard facts. Facts that are indivisible and uncompromised. Watch me, Rahul Shivshankar, bring you a clear point of view based on indisputable facts.
The Hard Facts, starting 2nd October, only on CNN News 18. Co-powered by
ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರವಂತೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್ಕಾರವಂತೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕಾನೂನಂತೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಕಾನೂನಂತೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಕಾವೇರಿ 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 28 ಸಂಸದರಿಗೆ 28
ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮವಳು 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 ಅದರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳು ಧಿಕ್ಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮವಳು 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 ನಮ್ಮವಳು
ಪತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಡೀತೈತಿ
ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು 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 ಕಾವೇರಿ ನಮ್ಮದು 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 ಕಾವೇರಿ ನಮ್ಮದು 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 ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಎಲ್ಲವರೆಗೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಏತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಎತ್ತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು ನೀರನ್ನು ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಲೇಬೇಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾಲಿನ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಅಯ್ಯಯ್ಯ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನೀರಿಗಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಯಾತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ನೀರಿಗಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕು.
After Bengaluru Bandh, many pro-Kannada organizations and farmers organizations in the state have called for a Karnataka Bandh, disrupting many services here in the state of Karnataka. Despite the fact that the Karnataka state government has maintained that BMTC buses and KSRTC buses are plying throughout the state, the buses here in the state of Karnataka has come down to a low. Now I am accompanied by a few laborers here at the Mysore satellite bus stand. आप कहाँ से हो, कब आए इधर?
आसाम।
आप कब आए इधर?
कल इवनिंग 3 बजे।
क्या बस मिल रहा है इधर?
बस कल से हम यहाँ से बैठे हुए, अभी तक तो मिला नहीं बस। वैसे अभी मतलब अभी टिकट काटा है हमने, तो नाइट 9 बजे बस मिलेगा रात को।
आप कहाँ जा रहा है, कहाँ जा रहा है आप? कर्नूल।
कर्नूल।
सो आप कल से इधर वेट कर रहे हैं बस के लिए?
हाँ। कल से यहाँ पर 3 बजे से वेट कर रहे हैं, अभी तक बस नहीं मिला। अभी सुबह टिकट काटा है तो अभी मिल गया बस।
क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है इधर? आपको यूजुअली ऐसा होता है तो अब आज नहीं मिल रहा है?
पता नहीं, हमारा फर्स्ट टाइम है इसीलिए हमें इतना पता नहीं है, क्योंकि कल से हम वेट कर रहे थे तो सब लोग को देख रहे थे, तो सब लोग जा रहे थे, हमें सीट नहीं मिल रहा था, तो इस वजह से कल रात को यहीं पर बैठे हुए थे हम, इधर ही रह रहे थे, तो ऐसे चल रहा था।
कंडक्टर साहब इधर क्या बोल रहे हैं आपको?
वो बोल रहे थे, कल बोल रहे थे सीट नहीं है, कोई किसी से भी पूछो बोल रहे सीट नहीं है, आज बस होगा ही नहीं, ऐसा बोल रहे थे कल। मतलब आज सुबह में हम गए थे तो आज सीट हो गया, तो ऐसा बोला गया।
ओके, आप कब जा रहे थे आज कुरनूल को? टिकट कब मिला है?
टिकट सुबह 7-8 बजे मिला है। हाँ, 9 रात को 9 बजे के 9:16।
तो आप कल से इधर ही वेट कर रहे हैं?
कल से इधर ही वेट कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा, thank you. So this is a Labour family here waiting from yesterday afternoon 3 p.m. The conductor is saying that they are not getting any seats or buses. Today there are unavailability of buses, so they've got a ticket, but at 9 p.m. today. So definitely the Karnataka bandh has affected the plying of buses in the state of Karnataka, despite the fact that Karnataka state government is maintaining that buses are plying throughout the state.
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. We're all counting down to the Men's Cricket World Cup. Remember, India is the host as far as 2023 is concerned. You have teams that have already started arriving here in India. Practice sessions are already on. Our colleagues and reporters are spread across the country to get you what's the buzz on the ground. I'm leaving you with all those reports. Thanks a lot for watching.
This is Uppal Stadium, where in a short while from now Pakistan and New Zealand will be having their warm-up match. It's going to happen very shortly. You can see that the pitch is being prepped, kits are being set up, and a set of commentators have just walked in. Pakistan team is in fact on the other side of the stadium. They're also prepping. Just a short while ago we did spot Babar Azam here, and in fact the team has been doing rounds of the pitch here. They are going to take part in the warm-up match with Team New Zealand. Team New Zealand is also set to arrive here at this venue very soon. This is an exclusive glimpse of the warm-up match that is going to happen between Pakistan and New Zealand here at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. In fact, Pakistan team has come to India after 7 years. There's a lot of excitement on the ground across the country, in fact, but also what remains in place is extreme tight security. In fact, for the warm-up matches, they've not allowed any audience, and that's because of the fact that there's going to be some security issue as stated by the Hyderabad police here, because there is also Ganesh Chaturthi Visarjan that's happening. You also have Eid celebrations going on parallelly, and that's why, to avoid any kind of security breakdown, the tight security has been deployed here, and they've not allowed any spectators here for the warm-up match here in Pakistan. Pakistan's first encounter on the field will be with Netherlands on the 6th of October.
Well, we are inside the Narendra Modi Stadium here in Ahmedabad. Well, this very stadium is set to host the big ticket matches for the ICC Men's World Cup 2023. And in fact, the mega India versus Pakistan showdown will be here at this very ground. And in fact, this is the close peak of the ground just ahead of the World Cup CNN News 18 is bringing to our viewers. This stadium is all decked up to welcome teams from across the world when it comes to this very cricketing World Cup. And this stadium is very special because this time around, India versus Pakistan, the one of the most anticipated matches, will be played here on this very stadium. Not only India versus Pakistan, but also the finals of this very World Cup will be also played at this very stadium. Now, this stadium is all padded up, and in fact, all the preparations are done. This stadium has a capacity to hold over 130 spectators at a time, which makes it one of the largest stadiums in the country. In fact, not only this, you can see over there, these are the final preparations which are underway here at this very ground, where final touches are also being given to the pitches. And what we are given to understand, the Gujarat Association for Cricket has also completed all the preparations owing to this very ground.
Rains have played villain for the first warm-up match in the Karyavatam Greenfield International Stadium for the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023. The first warm-up match between South Africa and Afghanistan was supposed to happen here in the stadium, but here we can see that it is raining, and the rains have played villain here. We can see that it is still raining from last night in Thiruvananthapuram. It was raining. Initially it was a green alert, then it was changed to yellow, and now an orange alert. Even now we can see that it is drizzling. Many areas have been covered. The pitch has been covered, and finally the rains have played a spoil sport. Though Thiruvananthapuram, none of the other matches were happening. There were 4 warm-up matches that were happening, and people in Thiruvananthapuram were excited that they're also being a part of the World Cup matches in some way. At least the warm-up matches are here, but the rains have definitely played spoil sport in this.
Your team just heard that Team Australia is coming, so are you all excited to see? So just tell us how you feel about it. Like suddenly this just happened.
Yeah, it was actually a part of like the team coming in, and like it coincided with our plans, so we're very excited, very happy to see the team for the first time. So it's a very good feeling for us.
So this World Cup, definitely, obviously, are you all cheering for Team India?
Yeah, obviously, it's Team India, of course.
Justin Trudeau made a miscalculation in the manner in which he publicly accused India of Nijjar's killing.
Why go public with these very, very serious allegations? The Ukrainian community in Canada, which is quite sizable, has also been asking the Trudeau government to expel Russian diplomat. Not one has been expelled.
In Canada, are politicians across the aisle responsible for trying to broad brush or perhaps cover up for these extremist entities? how is it that people with red corner notices, criminal records, wanted across the world and also highlighted by the Interpol, get Canadian citizenship and entry into Canadian soil?
Where you basically said on this Khalistan question, India and Canada were not talking to each other, they were rather talking past each other.
Or when the Indian government did want to talk, or the Indian foreign minister did want to talk